Waverly Hills Sanatorium is one of the most haunted places in the world. Thousands died here from tuberculosis, their bodies discarded through the infamous death tunnel, but some patients never left. I visited on a guided tour, but when we reached the third floor, I broke away from the group. Something called to me. The hallway stretched endlessly. The flickering flashlight beams barely pierced the darkness. Then, a shadow moved. I froze. A tall, thin figure stood at the end of the corridor. It had no face. I blinked, and it was closer. A deep, rattling breath filled the air. My stomach twisted in horror. I turned to run, but something grabbed my wrist. Ice-cold fingers clamped onto my skin. I looked down. Nothing was there, but the pressure tightened. Then a whisper, "Don't go down the tunnel." I yanked free and bolted back to the group. When I got outside, I checked my wrist. 5 red marks, like the grip of a hand that wasn't there. There's a road in Kentucky that no one dares drive at night. Sleepy Hollow Road. I didn't believe the stories, but then, I saw her. It was past midnight when I drove down the narrow, twisting path. Trees loomed overhead, casting long shadows. My headlights barely cut through the fog. Then, a figure appeared in the road. I slammed the brakes. A woman stood in front of my car. Her dress was torn and stained with something dark, but it was her head that made my blood run cold, because she didn't have one. For a split second she just stood there. Then, she rushed at my car. I screamed, throwing the car in reverse. But just as suddenly as she appeared, she was gone. When I told a local about what I saw, he just nodded. She's been looking for her head for over 100 years. Bobby Mackey's isn't just a bar, it's a gateway to hell. Once a slaughterhouse, the basement holds a deep, dark well. Some say it was used for satanic rituals. Others claim a murdered woman was thrown inside. I visited one night with a group of friends. We dared each other to go down to the basement. The moment I stepped inside, I felt it. A pressure in my chest like something was squeezing my lungs. Then, a growl. Low. Inhuman. I turned to my friend. His face was pale. "Did you hear that?" he whispered. Before I could answer, the lights flickered. A shadow moved in the corner. Not a person. Something bigger. Then, a voice. Deep, guttural, and angry. "Get out!" We ran. As we reached the top of the stairs, something yanked my hoodie. Hard. I nearly fell, but when I turned around, no one was there. And ever since that night, I hear whispers when I'm alone. Pilot's Knob Cemetery is a small, forgotten graveyard, but one grave is unlike the others. The grave of the witch girl. A 9-year-old girl accused of witchcraft was burned alive in the 1900s. Her grave is covered in an iron fence. People say it's there to keep her spirit trapped. But there's something worse. At night, people hear screaming. I went there once at dusk. The air was still. The trees didn't even move in the wind. Then, a cry. Low at first, then louder. Agonizing. Terrified. The sound of someone burning alive. I turned to run, but then, the fence rattled. Hard. Like something inside was trying to get out. That's when I saw him. A dark figure standing behind the trees. Tall, still, watching. The scream stopped. But in the silence I heard something worse. Laughter. Low. Cruel. I didn't stay to see what would happen next. Kentucky holds dark secrets. From haunted roads to demonic bars, the ghosts of the past never rest. If you ever find yourself driving alone at night, exploring an abandoned building, or walking through an old graveyard, be careful. Because sometimes, the dead don't stay buried. If these stories gave you chills, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Have you ever had a paranormal experience? Share it below. Until next time, keep your doors locked.